Alright guys, back for another brisk morning. I've got the skid steer defrosting. It's funny, the skid steer frosts up, the excavator doesn't. Excavator's warming up. I think that's partially to do with how the skid steer leaks water and it's always wet inside. Like I said, it always smells like fish. It's disgusting. I hate that. Plate compactor's warming up. I'm gonna get this area kind of graded out the best I can and packed in. Well, Kurt does a bit of calculation here to figure out the stairs, so the height and the distance for all that. 10 steps are gonna get installed, so it'll be a step down and then 10 steps from there. So let me get grading out here, separate some of these big rocks out of here, and then we'll get to work. All right guys, so off camera, just because I'm trying to get some stuff done, I excavated out all this nasty unsuitable material in here. So we don't really have exact measurements on where the paving company is going to put the driveway. What used to be was that it curved around here and then the driveway just crumbled apart in this area, and then there was like mulch piles and stuff in here. Now this was the area where they back out of the garage and turn around to leave. So not only that, but they park cars here occasionally, so we want to make sure that they still have that. So what I did was I kind of followed that curve that was here before, and I came out as far as this rock wall, which I think was a good. All right guys, my camera just shut off at 88% because of the cold, so I gave it the old muffler warm air treatment. But anyway, I over excavated just a hair from that rock wall just to have extra room. I'm gonna fill in this area with that good native soil. I have a little bit more right here. That's all the nasty stuff that came out of here. Okay guys, I've had you preheating in the excavator for 20 minutes while I graded this area out. I've been trying to explain to you what's going on, but the GoPro at 88% battery is saying, I'm out of battery. Let's try to talk you through what's going on. We dug out all the unsuitable material in there. That is piled right there. That was all topsoil and mulch and junk from years of deliveries, everything for garden work. That is all out of there, and we replaced it with the good, clean, suitable material that came out from the wall. So what's gonna happen is all this unsuitable material, basically what I mean by that, that's a lot of organic matter. It is not good for supporting load of a driveway. When it gets wet, it turns mushy and it decomposes over time. The soil that came out is like a sandy-ish clay. Doesn't look like it because it's so wet. But this material is going to be great for spreading along the front face of the wall as a finished material. It's a good topsoil material. So like in here, we're going to fill with the good suitable soil and top with the unsuitable soil. We need to build our stairs now, so we don't want to put stairs on top of unsuitable material, and the stairs are centered right here. So I need to dig a little bit of this junk out of the way. We're going to get this all packed into place and start throwing down our base material, which is going to be our 3/8 gravel. Get that all compacted in place. So I'm actually going to build myself a little road through here so I can access probably the lower 5 stairs. The top 5 stairs I can do from up top, but driveway is looking really good. We are going to put down some item 4, but at the end of the wall there, we're basically almost even with the bottom of the scallop, and by the time we get over here, we're probably 7 to 8 inches below the scallop. So we have a really nice slope coming off of the garage area. We can add item 4, which will bring us right up to that scallop. Maybe a little low here, and when they do the pavement, they'll just have to ramp that up so we have drainage out the back there. But everything's looking really good, especially with the conditions we have. This is all packing in pretty good. It's quite wet, but it is packed in there. It'll dry out hopefully before the paving company comes in, and once we get the item 4 on top of there, I think we'll be in much better shape. But that's just the problem when you work in November, so we're getting there. Let's keep at it. over all of our step blocks right there. They're on top of the wall. I just pulled out all of the railroad tie retaining wall steps, or whatever you want to call them, railroad tie steps, and disposed of those. Got a weird request from the client. This old treehouse is not looking so good. He said, "Can you push that down?" We said, "Sure, why not?" So let's push that down. Too easy. Let's put some steps in and get back to the job. So again, you might have been able to see that on time lapse, but I didn't film real speed for that just because I was literally sitting in the excavator down here, and then I had to swivel myself around to get out of there. But now I believe I can reach down there. It's going to be really close. Like I'm barely going to be able to reach down there as is, but we'll figure it out. Now it's time to set the second one, and once that second one is set, I think it's clear sailing from there. How's it going, Kurt?
Going good. Yeah, I mean, after the first one, then it really just is clear.
Yeah.
Easy.
If I can reach that. That's like on the edge of my reach.
Yeah, I mean, if you gotta go back down here for the next one.
Yeah. So, let's get it done. It's almost lunchtime. Oh ho ho. Well, we're back at the quarry. We just ran out of stone. So, we're back. We're just gonna get 3. Well, then we will have absolutely no worry about running out. We got, I think, 2 more stairs to put in. But since we're not excavating anymore because we're above natural grade, so we're basically filling this all up with stone. So, it's 2:26 on a Friday. We'll definitely get the stairs done today. And then back Monday to do other stuff. Parked up for the weekend. I spread the remainder of that 3/8 stone there. It's good fill material. But anyway, we changed our mind. We went to 9 steps. The 10th would have pushed us into the ground more. That one basically, once we add the last little bit of dirt, will be even with the ground around it. So a next step would have put you 7 inches on the ground without getting the run. So 9 steps, looks really good. These are basically almost a 2-foot tread, the way we have them set up, tying right into the wall. What we're gonna end up doing, I think, to make this look a little better, we're gonna chisel off the top of the wall block there where it meets the stair. And so when the paving company comes through, they can pave not only up to this scallop, but they'll do a little turn right there, and pavement will go right up to that step. So the wall looks really good. Stairs look really good. And 1 week to do all that drainage, the wall, and the stairs. Not too shabby. So I will see you guys back here on Monday. I got a few things to finish up, and then we'll be done. So see ya. All right, good morning, guys. It's Monday. It's gonna be day 6 on the job, I think, even though they haven't been all full days. So today Kurt's got the dump truck. We're gonna be bringing that, but first he's gonna dump this big load of shingles. He has been re-roofing his house. This should be his last load of shingles. So that's going to the dump, which is down the street from the quarry. He's gonna pick up about 2 tons of 1 to 2 inch stone so we can cap our drain trench. I initially thought we were gonna have her cap it with mulch, but Kurt actually told me that in the estimate he put that we're capping it with stone. So we're gonna put 1 to 2 tons of stone down on top of the trench, and then we're picking up 5 tons of a 3/4 inch item 4. We quoted for 10 tons of item 4 to raise that lower section of driveway. So we're just grabbing the remaining tools we need for today, and then me and Fitz are off to the quarry. Kurt's got to go do his dump, and then he'll be off to the quarry. So we're on the home stretch here. We're meeting with the paving estimator today, just to make sure everything's good on the driveway and that we're all on the same page. We had thoughts about possibly adding like a woven geotextile fabric under the item 4 to kind of bridge some of that slightly more wet material, but we'll talk to him about it and see what he thinks. So let's get to work. All right, guys, we're back on site. I just spent a little bit of time kind of squeegeeing out what's left of the dirt. This was a little bit of a low spot, so I built that back up. Me and Fitz raked everything out over here. So this is almost ready for seed and straw. Kurt just got back with the gravel. So while he's here, we're gonna get that done. So all we're doing is putting a layer of gravel down on top of the fabric here. So it's gonna be a French drain right to the top. So he's gonna start down at the end and work his way towards us with the gravel we have. And then we'll go to town. So our trench is rocked. We're not doing much finishing in the garden bed just because all the plants have to go back in, so we're not doing that. I don't know if she's gonna do it or if she's gonna have someone else come in, but we'll rake out that a little bit. I whacked the parking area with the plate compactor just to pack it in, but it is still so wet that it's pumping quite a bit. It's kind of jiggly. That's kind of one of the reasons we're meeting with the paving company, to figure out whether or not they want us to put down some road fabric before we put our 10 tons of item 4 down. But everything from the wall down is done. The only thing left on our bid is to put the rock down in this section, and then the client wants some, there's the boulders we pulled out here, and then there's some additional boulders over in the woods behind the house from a previous project that we worked on, and they want to kind of put them scattered throughout the lawn as like sitting and decorative rocks. So that's the only thing left. So now we're just waiting for the paving guy to come out so we can talk about the driveway. And the client's not home, so she wants to kind of point out where the rocks are going to go. So we're kind of at a standstill. So,
yep.
Hurry up and wait, right?
Yeah, I got my LaCroix, and it's got the black raspberry flavor.
So we're going to do a LaCroix review.
You know, it's the cheapest seltzer they sell at Sam's Club.
Yeah, it's a little too sweet for me, though. It's like a little bit too sweet.
Yeah, but you know, I like to get a good bang for my buck. You know, like I want the most amount of seltzers for the least amount of money.
You know, with this economy and stuff. Fitz, you got a preference on seltzer?
I don't drink seltzer.
Why not?
Carbonation hurts my stomach.
Oh, okay.
Seltzer also tastes like static.
Oh, it tastes like static. Fitz isn't a fan of the static. All right, well, we're gonna wait. So we're still waiting for the paving guy. The last part of the project is some boulders. So down there by that big stick, I had dug these boulders out. We put a drain trench in right there, you can't see it. She wants these boulders kind of scattered throughout the lawn. So I got Fitz coming over to me. We're gonna get these things moved to the lawn for now, and then we'll rearrange them when she is here. Never taken your boulder down the road for a stroll? This is a normal occurrence around here. That's a big one. Fitz is just dumping the last of the group of 4. I have the 5th one here. I think that's around what we quoted. And then we have the extra ones down there that were added on. So let's put these on the lawn and then continue waiting for the pavement guy. I think that's it now. So, cool. We just met with the paving company. They said just throw down the item 4 because they're going to be bringing their own item 4 to bring this up quite a bit. or not quite a bit, but enough. They're gonna basically roll it out with the paver to get the item 4 set, and then they're gonna pave a couple inches on top of it. He said they've had softer before, so go ahead and put down your item and get out of here. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Just moving some things out of the way, then we're gonna dump our item, get slope programmed into the laser, get this all filled up real nice, and that'll be it aside from those rocks up there. It's a quick project update. So we went ahead and we spread our 5 tons of item 4. Now everything from the house out to the corner of this block right here is pretty good. Once you get past that block, so from the second block forward, basically all the area where we kind of added fill, we're still getting a bit of pumping. Now I know the paving company said that's all right. Now that's just the salesman talking, and I don't think he's super experienced with actually doing the paving, and to him might not be too bad, but something's not sitting right with us about leaving it in this condition. It's still kind of soft in a few spots. There's good spots and bad spots. So we're gonna shut it down for today. The paving company said they're not gonna be able to get here until next week anyway, so we have time. We're gonna work up something, because we still owe them 5 tons of material. That was in the bid already. We just haven't used it yet. I don't think putting down more material is going to help us right now. I just think there's unsuitable wet soil under this driveway base, and putting down extra stuff is just not going to get us anywhere. Plus, I can't put down a whole lot of extra material because then we won't have our proper slope anymore. So we're gonna work something up to kind of strip all that item back off of there in that spot, excavate out the bad material, and then replace the bad material with a 1 to 2 inch stone, pack that in, and then spread the item that we stripped back on top of it. I don't know, something just doesn't feel right about sending them off and just saying, yeah, it's the paving company's problem. I don't know, they're getting a new driveway. They should get a really good quality driveway, and I don't want to see them spend all this money and then have a soft driveway. So I know I'm kind of ranting and rambling, but we're just trying to work through it in a way that, you know, doesn't screw us, and then of course doesn't screw the customer. So we're gonna go home and figure that out. We'll be back tomorrow with the game plan, and then hopefully the client is home as well. We get those rocks moved around for them, and then we'll be done on the job. So that'd be nice to get this all wrapped up and feel good about it. But otherwise, the rest of the job is going really well. It's just that one section of driveway is kind of worrying us, so we don't want to screw anybody over. See you tomorrow. All right, today is Tuesday, so this normally would have been the last day of this job, but we did talk to the client last night about our concerns with the pumping issue, and they agreed they want to make sure that that's all fixed. So just me and Fitz today. Kurt's gonna be working on some NK garage stuff. It's kind of crummy day anyway. It rained most of last night, so we're on the way to the quarry. We're gonna pick up the first of 2 loads of the 1 to 2 inch stone, so 10 tons in total going in. Basically gonna strip off the item 4 and a little bit of 3/8, dig out all the unsuitable soil, and put in that 1 to 2 inch stone to firm up that ground, so then we can get wrapped up. So to the quarry, then to the job, and we'll get to it. Alright guys, so I stripped out the section that I think was the worst of it. It was basically, like I said, from that second block out. And basically I'm just checking real quick. If I can push down with a decent amount of force and I don't see the ground moving, I know that I'm good. So that's pretty solid right there. But if we come over here, that ground wiggles a little bit, and then as we get over here, it kind of gets worse. Especially with the excavator sitting right here. You might be able to see it on camera, but that is just super wet. Look at that ground move. like 6 inches. Yeah, see how we just sink right into that? And all this unsuitable material is just going to go back here. There's just this hole. So we're going to fill that in. Just want to scrape down to nice hard material. Move these little rocks out of my way. Those will get used at some point. Go from squishy to solid, but for the most part everything past that second block is pretty solid. I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, it's really weird. Get it fixed up. Yeah, that feels good right there. We hit some good stuff. I like that. Probably see why we didn't need Kurt here today. Almost don't even need Fitz, but I'm not gonna tell him not to show up to work on a regular work day. It's just not right. So we work together. He's my emotional support guy today. And he did do some seeding this morning, just not seed but straw. We ran low on straw yesterday, so he finished that up this morning. keep digging. It's gonna be the same thing for probably 30 more minutes. All right, the camera never does depth justice, but I have that whole section dug out to where I feel comfortable with what the sub base is looking like. Right there is super low. I had to take out quite a bit. I don't know what the heck was wrong with that section, and then that's another big spot, so kind of in a line right there. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and dump our load, spread that out, and then we got to go out and get the second one. Might end up needing a little more, we'll see. Just depends on how much I took out. Some spots I really took out quite a bit, so let's get that dumped and spread out. Man, I don't know why all roads and driveways aren't built with open graded bases. The paving companies all still love using item 4, and I guess, yeah, you can run item 4 through a paver. That's probably why, so they can get a really smooth sub base. But item 4 sucks. Like, look at how mushy and nasty the driveway is up there just from a rain last night. This is open graded. I have no concerns about this now. After everything was dug out and we hit it with the compactor, this is solid. Like, this is not going anywhere. I love using open graded. That's why we've transitioned to it on patios. It's just a better way to do things. You could have water in this and it'll just sit between the pores of the rocks, versus item 4, it just moistens down that sand and makes for a really nasty, sloppy, just crappy experience. So one more load gonna go in here. This has all been compacted. It is hard, which is great. I'm gonna park the excavator on top of it for now, and then once we get that flattened out, we can spread that last little bit of item 4. We still owe them another 5-ton load of item 4, so we'll see if we need that. And then we're wrapping up here. We're getting there. Status update. The 1s and 2s are in and compacted, and then I spread out that remaining item 4 back on top of it. It is solid. It's like nice and solid now. You can drive the machine over it without sinking in like crazy before. I mean, you sink in a little bit in that item 4 layer, but I don't want to hit this with a compactor because it's just going to pump all the water out of the item 4, and it's only a thin skim coat. You can see, like, even in this spot, the 1s and 2s are right at the top. I filled in, there's a little bit of a puddle. This is super wet just from the puddle, but it's solid, and, you know, down past that little 1-inch kind of goop layer. So I spread out the dirt. That was wood, so probably not gonna seed and straw that. We don't have any more straw left. Maybe I'll have Fitz throw down a little bit of seed, but this was never really a part of their property that they used. Neither was this, but so yeah, walls in, stairs are in, driveway has been repaired. We chiseled down this so the paving company can pave right to the step. We're gonna eat lunch now, and then hopefully by the time we're done, she is back and we can set those boulders up there. By the time we finish lunch, if she's not back, probably gonna load the skid steer and the yard max up. We don't need those anymore, and maybe even do a run to take those home. I can set the rocks with the excavator. So that's where we're at. Really down to the final stretch here. Feels good. Everything down below is done. So we have the yard max plate compactor, skid steer. Only thing we're going to be bringing back is a blower, I think, and the excavator's still here. So we're going to get this hauled out while she's not home, and hopefully by the time we get back, we can do the rocks and be done. Then we can show you the finished product. I mean, I'd like to bring it back after it's paved, so let's do it. So I didn't film it, but we set the 5 boulders in between these trees, so you can kind of see right on the edge of the boulder is the line where they stop mowing. One over here. This one's like a sitting stone to face this garden. Watch the birds. She puts out bird seed. This one you could sit on too. And then these 2, I pulled that line out. It kind of went like this before. We pulled that out to be in line with the fence post. So client is happy. We're gonna get loaded up and go home. The next shot you're gonna see is when this thing is paved, and I bet it's gonna look good. So I'll see you then. All right, guys, I'm filming on my phone, so don't mind me, but you may notice we're back at the project where we installed the wall and the stairs, so I'm going to give you a walkthrough of the finished deal. It's been about 3 weeks since we finished, so. Alright, it's a little windy, so I apologize if there's a bunch of wind noise, but the paving contractor came in and did their thing. The driveway looks really nice. You see the trucks in it, it's nice and wide. It's sloped really well. They paved right over our drainage trench here, which looks really nice. So the two of our old employees do a bit of landscaping. So they came back in and replanted all the plants, and then come spring they're going to remulch this whole thing. Nice pavement right up to the walkway. You can see our pipes here. That still needs a little backfill, but that'll be taken care of when they come to do the mulch. Pavement right up to the garage there. Looks really nice. And if you remember, we set our wall 2 inches below the height of the garage. So there's a nice slope down off of there. They paved right into here where we chiseled out that wall block. The stairs look good. And then come over here. This parking expansion looks nice, and I hope it shows up on camera, but our drainage and our slope worked out really well. So right where the front tire of that car is there, the driveway comes down from the wall. I mean, up there it goes down, but then as we come down here, you can see a little bit of a bowl. You see the water right there. So the water all flows in, and you can see everything drains out and towards our drainage. Now, the client was very happy, and she actually wants us to come back. We're probably going to install some fence posts and kind of mimic their fence there along the edge, just to the end of the wall, so that it's like a barrier. So it says, hey, don't drive off the driveway here. And then she's going to do some plantings. So I think all in all it turned out. Like I said, we're 3 weeks from when we completed the job. Everything looks really good. We're really happy with the paving company's work. Hopefully we get to work with them in the future. So yeah, we're on the phone. It probably looks a little better to you guys. I think it's recording like 4K or something versus my normal 1080. But I want to thank you guys for watching. This was a really fun project. I'm glad we were able to work on this, and I hope we get to do more of this in the future. Tell me if you enjoyed this type of work. I really did. I love these walls. I've always wanted to do one. I know Kurt shares the same sentiment. He's taken some measurements for the new railing that we're going to put in. So while you're at it, go check Kurt out at NK Garage. The link is in the description. We're going to be picking up some new tools this week, as we do most weeks. So always cool new videos coming out through him. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you want. If not, that's cool with me too. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.